Hey boys and girls, and welcome to Social Studies. Today we are going to be creating a poster or drawing of the Creek and Cherokee Village, including their homes, a town meeting place, a garden, a fence around their village in order to keep others and animals out. And this is important to be able to see what their lives looked like to understand how they lived. So these are the different categories that you need to make sure you have for your project. Okay, if you have a poster board or a large piece of paper, that would be great. If you don't, you can draw this inside of your notebook. And you need to make sure that you are labeling all the different parts of your village after you have organized it and drawn it out. So, the first thing you need to make sure is that you're drawing the homes. We have talked about what the homes looked like. You have drawn them in your notebook. So their homes, you need to show me their homes and how their homes are in a kind of like a circle. Their town meeting, like a place where they would go and meet and have conversation about decisions they were going to make. So there'd be like a meeting place in the middle. So that's the first thing I need to make sure you have. The second thing is there's a garden. Every village had a garden. We've talked about food is so important in their lives, and they grow corn, beans, and squash. So you need to label that there is a garden and show that they are growing corn, beans, and squash, the three sisters. The third thing I want you to show me is an area where you have the tools and the types of tools they would use. The fourth thing is I want you to show me, maybe you draw a picture of a person near or inside their homes or next to their homes and tell me what kinds of clothes they wore, including their shoes. The fifth thing that you need to draw is the types of animals that they would have. Remember they talked about how they had turkey and they had fish and deer and bear, things that they would be cooking or saving to cook, right? Those are types of animals that they would eat. You need to show a fence drawn around their village to protect them from people and animals coming in and out. If you want your village to be near a river, that is something that a lot of times that they would try to make sure that they were near a water source because they didn't have a way to drink water unless they went to the river nearby. So if you want to draw a river off to the side next to the edge of your village, you can do that. So make sure you label and you draw these different things out. You're going to be doing this over 2 different days. And this is a project that is going to be for a grade. So you need to make sure that you put very good time into this, that you're not scribbling work, that it doesn't have to be perfect pictures because we're not all artists, but you do need to make sure that you're putting in good time to draw out all the different things that I have listed for you here. Once you've drawn everything out very nice and neatly, taking your time, you have labeled each of the different parts to make sure your teacher knows exactly what it is that you drew a picture of, you can color your project. Now, you need to work on this not the rest of the day, obviously, because you're going to have this over 2 different periods of time. You're going to work on this up until lunchtime. And at lunchtime, you can get off and get to a good stopping point, and then we're going to pick back up on Friday and finish this project off. So go ahead and make sure you have all the materials you need. Get out your notebook with all your notes inside and begin creating your village of your Creek and Cherokee village. I'm going to show you an example. Now this is like a life-size one that somebody actually created. This is not a drawing. But I wanted to give you an idea of what Miss Busby and your teacher means. So you see how there is a town meeting. This is like probably where they would probably meet, most of them. They had different houses all along the edge different sizes, different looks, but they were all similar because they're made out of sticks and wood and mud, as well as grass on the top. So there are all these homes right here. You can see this is their garden where they would grow corn, beans, and squash. You can see that there is a fence located around their whole entire village. It's kind of like where their meeting place might be. Okay, so this is kind of an example of what I mean. I don't want you to actually create this, but I want you to draw it. Like, you don't need to go get materials and make this. This is just an example of a project similar to what you are going to be drawing on your own paper. So go ahead and begin working on your project. Refer back to the page right here where there are all 9 different things that you need to make sure you do, and also refer back to your notes. All right, I cannot wait to see how awesome your projects are looking. Okay, go ahead and get started and work until lunchtime.